We got the LS swap done in Pearl. I say done, it's definitely in there. We've started it up. It does run. However, on the inside, on the gauge cluster, the oil pressure wasn't reading anything. It's pegged out. So we're going to do a little bit of troubleshooting with that. This is the way every LS swap goes. There will be one thing or something or other that you have to work on. And so we just thought we would show you that the engine is running. You'll get to hear that here in a second. But we're going to start by troubleshooting this oil pressure sensor. Joel, what are you going to do?
Well, I've disconnected the wire in the harness that connects to the gauge, and I've replaced it with leads to this meter. We're going to read the change in resistance within the sending unit itself, and when we start the vehicle, it's reading a fairly high ohm, about 70 ohms right now. We should see that drop down when oil pressure is present.
Okay, I'm going to get in and start the vehicle. Do you want me to just let it idle? Do I need to do anything other than that, or?
We'll start with idle and maybe...
All right, just give me the signal.
You bet.
Ready?
Ready.
All right, what did you see, Joel?
Well, our resistance went from 70 up to about 140, 150 ohms. So it went the opposite direction than I was expecting, but it definitely shows a change with RPM, which tells me we've got oil pressure.
All right, that's great. So it looks like that was what we were really concerned about, because if this engine wasn't making oil pressure, then it would be really easy to shell our brand new motor quickly. So the next step is what? We think that the sensor is probably working because of the change in the resistance. What's the next step?
We can test our wire in the harness back to where it connects to the body to see if it's shorted out, grounded out.
And then if that's still okay, then we're probably going into the cab and looking at the gauge cluster.
And at this point, we're looking at probably a faulty gauge.
Yep. Well, we're going to get to that, and we'll keep you updated. The second step that we're going to do here in troubleshooting the oil pressure sensor, you can see here that it's pegged out. So I'm actually going to turn this, we've plugged the sensor back in, and I'm going to turn this back on just to see if it somehow miraculously was healed by the laying on of hands. So we're going to fire this up real quick and see if this gauge here actually starts reading pressure correctly. So all the other gauges snap to attention. And there, as we're trying to start, that should have gone and done something. We have no O2 sensors hooked up right now, so she's a little confused about her place in the world. Starting up. Whole lot of nothing.